Welcome to .NET Lab. I am Rahul Jograna and this is a part 14 of Ionic tutorial series. So in this tutorial I am going to show you a most important and most widely used action sheet controller in Ionic. So let's go and start it. So first of all, let's discuss about action sheet. So action sheet slides up from the bottom edge of the device screen and display a set of options with the ability to confirm or cancel an action. Let's suppose one example, you have one file and you want to do some options or some operation over this file. So in action sheet, this will slide up from the bottom edge of your screen. So here you can specify what action you want to perform on those slide those file. So you can confirm this file or you can share this file using action sheet. So action sheets can sometimes be used as an alternative to menus. However, they should not be used for the navigation. So you can use only for menus where you can choose some options. You cannot navigation. You cannot perform navigation like go to one page to another. So you can perform some confirmation, saves, and delete operation, cancel operation. So the action sheet always appear above any other component on the page. It means you have must specify this action sheet controller above all of the controller in your Angular or Ionic application. So and must be dismissed in order to interact with the underlying content. So this should be as per order in all the above controller. When it is triggered, the rest of the pages darken to give more focus onto the action sheet option. So what I have told before. So here is a demo. So I have one button, show action sheet. You can see here when someone click on this button, this option appears on bottom of our screen. So you can perform some action like delete, share, play, favorite, and cancel. So this is how you can implement action sheet in your Ionic. So let's go and start it and implement one action sheet in your Ionic application. So here I am moving to my Visual Studio Code, which is our Ionic editor. So here we have working so far Ionic Black app project. So we have performed one segment operation within our previous tutorial. So you can see here we have created one segment, kitten and puppy. So what I'm doing, I'm remove this stuff and implement from scratch. So one thing you note that whenever you create your action sheet controller in your Ionic application, it will be top of the above other component. So I have created this from scratch, so I have nothing right now. So if you have many others module and any other component, then you must specify it top on the component. So to implement action sheet controller, you must import this library file into your home.ts file or your any other type file. So to import the files, we require action sheet controller. So action sheet controller within your Ion Angular. So here we have one Ionic Angular library also available. So I am overriding this from here. So next, implement or create an instance of this action controller within our constructor. So within our constructor, let's create an instance of this controller. So I am writing a public action sheet controller, sheet ctrl for controller, and which is come from action sheet controller. So action sheet controller. So this is done. Next, we are creating a one method. Whenever one button, we have one button here, we will implement this. So when someone click on button, this will call the method which is here. So let's go and implement a button. So within our Ionic content padding, I am creating a one button. So button, and this will be Ionic button. So ion button. Within that, we will implement click method. So click. So here we will pass a method of method which will created here. in letter. So let's give a name as a do action, whatever you want to call it. So this is done. Next, let's create a one method. So within outside of constructor we will create a method. So present, I'm name it present action. You can give any name of that. This will be a method. Next, once it done, let's create a action sheet. For creating action sheet we are taking one variable. So for creating a variable we are using let keyword. Let action sheet will be the controller of action. So this dot action sheet controller, within that we will create a method. For that we will use create method. So this is done. So within this we will create a method. So for creating a method we will implement action sheet. So first let's give a title. So within a title attribute we can specify title. So I am giving a title as a do action. So whenever it will button will click, this will appear with a title as a do action. Next, let's implement buttons for it. So this will act as a action sheet. So buttons. So buttons will be in a form of text and handler format. So first let's implement text as a your first button. So I am giving name as a save. So whenever this button occurs, so first button will be save, the text is a save, and you can specify a role. So within a role keyword you can specify role. So I am giving name role as a save because we have pass text as a save. Next, you can specify handler or you can specify an action from there. So action will be let's give a name as a from there. So within these curly brackets we will give a name as a console dot log. So whenever this save button click, this will display a message in console. So console saved successful. This is done. So next let's again implement same button. So let's copy this text, copy and paste it here. So we have one save and save button. So let's create a cancel button. So cancel and cancel for also here cancel. You can specify cancel name as here cancelled. This is done. Sorry, we have one curly bracket here. So this is done. So let's add one action sheet to a present method. So action sheet dot present. So this will appear on our screen. So let's save these changes and again save these changes and reload our web page. So our application now on build. So this will take some time. So let's again look at our code. Property assign expected. So we have one problem here now. So let's investigate what happenings. So okay, we have made one mistake here. So we must close this button. So to close this, let's add one more button. So next, let's call this method in our button. So let's copy this text and paste it within our click event. So within that we will add this button. So let's save these changes. So we have one button ready and our home ts file also ready. So let's go to our application. Oops, let's save these changes again. reload our web page. Our application now on build. So whenever someone click on button which is do some action, this will pop over from our bottom of the screen. So you can specify any of the action here, but we have add only two buttons, first save for and next for cancel. So our application now on build succeeded. It will take some time. So our button is ready. Now click on button. So you can see we have our action result is ready. So let's again drag and drop and click on this. So whenever I click on this button, this will log our button. So let's inspect our page and go to the console. So you can see we have cancel and cancel button. So let's again go to action, save, and you can see saved successfully. Again I can do action, cancel, cancelled. So you can specify any action here within a handler. So this is how you can implement ActionSheet controller in your Ionic application. So you can find other resources from my YouTube channel. You can learn ASP.NET, ASP.NET MVC, AngularJS, ASP.NET Web API, Angular 2 from my YouTube channel. This is from beginner. So to get a notification for new updates, please subscribe my YouTube channel for more updates. The source code are available on my blog, which I have already written on my video description. You can visit from there, and my website and my GitHub page have a project available. And if you need to develop your application, please contact me. I will create your application as per your needs. I will create your website, web application, Android application, iOS application, etc. So thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe my YouTube channel for more updates.